Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hugging My Chaos, where we'll be talking about the 7 habits of highly effective people or the 7 habits of highly effective teens by the Stephen Family Foundation or whatever. And this is habit three. This is habit three. Guys, I think this one's one of the hardest, definitely one of the hardest one for me at least, because it's all about time management in all areas of your life. In all areas of your life. Basically, number one, the habit number one basically said that you are the driver, not the passenger. Take responsibility of your car, of you. Realize that you own yourself. Okay. Habit two is create a map that allows you to move forward to like go to the places you want to go. But habit three is take action. Take action and actually plan your things out to get you there. Don't just talk about it, actually do it. And he focused on time management, putting first things first. Put the important things first. If you think that your family is important, it's important that you put them first, because you can easily say, "Hey, I value family," but you don't put them first. Oof, that was for me. That was for me. Okay. But anyways, I'll I'll get started. Just briefly get started just cuz I want to jump into the point. But Stephen Covey talked about time quadrant. What is a time quadrant? Think of a box. Think of a box divided into four equal parts. Yeah, we're doing math right now. And every single box, there's four boxes within that big box. But every single box or every single quadrant describes a certain type of way that you manage your time, that people can manage your time. And there are four personalities and four ways that people manage their time. So in this episode, I want to focus on where you're standing, where do you spend most of your time, and how do you organize your time. And in the next episode, I want to focus on how to actually manage your time efficiently, effectively, in order to like achieve more and try to balance it out, balance your family, friends, school, work, and everything that you do, and yourself, of course. So that's gonna be next week, but today we're gonna break it down. Where are you standing? Where are you standing? How do you manage your time? I'm gonna give examples using like fake names, okay? So don't take everything too seriously. Number one, the first quadrant. There's a first quadrant. Within that big box, there's a first quadrant. First quadrant is people who focus on the urgent and important things. Basically, the procrastinators. These people usually are always so these people, I feel like they're always so like desperate, they're so like not in the present, they're always trying to chase, they are either on a tight schedule because they never prioritize things, they are so frustrated because they have deadlines, they have homework, they have projects, and they're just living through the day, they're just trying to survive. Let's think of a person called Eric. That's the name that came into my mind. So if your name is Eric, I apologize. But Eric has a lot of homework due next week. But he decides to wait till next week to do them. He decides to wait till next week to do his projects, his homework, and all of that. And what's going to happen to Eric is that he's going to figure out and he's going to find out that when next week comes, he's gonna be stressed out. He's not gonna be able to manage his time. So, Eric is gonna have a hard time trying to manage and calm down his nerves. Of course, he might say no to other things because he has to catch up. He has to catch up. So, that's all he's doing right now. So, Eric, according to Stephen Covey, Eric is gonna have big consequences. First of all, he's gonna have a lot of anxiety, stress, high blood pressure, or something like that. So, yeah, Eric is having a hard time at this moment. And Eric probably right now is trying to catch up with his deadlines. So, I feel like I can be Eric sometimes. I'm so Eric. Like with this podcast, I sometimes procrastinate a lot, a lot. That's why this habit, I feel like it's the hardest. Number two, quadrant number two. This is Mr. or Mrs. Perfect. We're not gonna talk about this person because this one's our goal. This one's where we're trying to get to. So we're gonna move into quadrant number three. Quadrant number three. Quadrant three is basically the people pleaser. The people pleaser. This person she's never gonna have time. Oh wow, I just gave her a gender. Okay, her name is gonna be Catherine. Catherine. She's super friendly, but she's always focused on the urgent things and not important. Quadrant number three, urgent, not important. Catherine loves to party. She loves to party. Of course, she loves to party. And she doesn't have strong boundaries. She can say no. When people invite her over, she's like, you know what? I'm down. I'm going to go there. But even though she has the same deadlines as Eric, she pretty much wants to do everything at once. She wants to party, but at the same time, if her mom texts her on Instagram, she's gonna open Instagram and she's not gonna open her mom's message. She's gonna open her Instagram and get distracted. And then she's gonna go party. And then she's going to, I don't know, she's gonna get distracted over there. And then she's gonna come back. She has to do homework. So she's gonna spend all that energy doing everything at once. She's the type of person that if you ask her for a favor, without a doubt, she will say yes. She'll be like, I'm down, count me in. Don't worry, I got you, my friend. My problems are your problems. I mean, your problems are my problems. I got you. I can solve them for you. I can solve everything. Just ask for it and I'll do it. And she'll do it. But at what expense? That's where Stephen Covey comes in. He says that people like this are extremely frustrated with life. People like this are, first of all, they get distracted a lot and they have bad relationships because sometimes she won't be able to keep her promises. She won't be able to be there for her friends. And since she always says yes to everything, people won't understand how she's feeling. So basically, it will be a cycle. And yeah, she will do all the homework. And yeah, she will do all of these things. But she will never have a focus, a deep focus, and a concentration. And her life will basically be around her friends. The moment, the everyday flow. Without questioning anything, without focusing on herself. And maybe she's not going to have time for herself. She's not going to have time to sleep. She's not going to have time to connect with others, to get to know herself. So, this is typical Catherine. We feel kind of sorry for her. Just kidding. I have been Catherine so many times. So many times. So I wouldn't even judge Catherine because she has been me and I have been her. So we're in this together. Number four, quadrant number four. Quadrant number four. Let's call this person Bill. I don't know. It sounds like a Bill. Bill, the typical slacker. Bill, he focuses on the not important and the not urgent. He doesn't give a damn about anything. He's just gonna stay there, watch Netflix all the time, play video games, because he got so tired, so burnt out. He doesn't even want to try. Like, it's annoying for him. He doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't even want to go party, doesn't even want to go with his friends. She doesn't, I mean, sorry, my bad. He doesn't even want to do anything, not connect, not get to know himself, nothing. He just wants to live life like a regular Sunday. Nothing. Do nothing, doesn't care about homework. Sometimes he does it. But you know what's surprising about this person, about Bill? Bill, right? That was his name. Bill was Eric in another lifetime. Bill was Eric. Why? Because maybe it was Eric who did everything. And once he finished all his homework, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw the towel. I won't do anything. I deserve the rest day. And he takes a rest week, which becomes a toxic cycle because then Bill becomes Eric and then Eric becomes Bill. And then it's just so toxic that he's basically chasing for rest time. But he can't get it because once the deadlines are due, he gets so frustrated. And I know we've all been there. I feel like I've been I feel like I've been everyone except number 2. I haven't. I've never achieved number 2. But anyways, Bill and Eric are usually the same person, right? And yeah, he gets he just doesn't want to try. He doesn't want to try until next Monday maybe, but he doesn't want to try at all. So that's Bill. And the negative consequences that Bill is going to have is that he won't be reliable. He won't have total responsibility of his life. Of course he can't. And he's just a time waster. He's not nothing new. Like if you talk to him, he's gonna be the same person he was 1 year ago, because all he did was his homework, whatever, and just watch all the episodes, which might be kind of interesting if he's like a really good communicator and tells you about his like big shows. But there's nothing more to him. There's nothing more to him. He's just a product of the social market, so yeah, that's Bill. But then we have number 3, Mrs. Perfect, Mrs. Unachievable. Just kidding, you can achieve it. I'll show you next week. Well, Stephen Covey will show you, because I'm just starting, and it's all over the place, but we're starting. But number 2, the Mrs. Perfect, Mr. Perfect, the prioritizer. This person focuses on the not urgent. That was crazy for me. I was like, what? Not urgent but important. This person prioritizes things that actually matter to her. Her name is gonna be Miranda. Miranda Miss Perfect. It's her name. So if you're Miranda Miss Perfect, okay. But yeah, Miranda prioritizes her day. She knows what she wants out of life. She knows that she needs some time for herself, some time for her family, some time for her friends, but also time to hustle, time to work, time to actually do the things that she has to do, even though she doesn't want to do them. So she focuses on that. Okay, Miss Miranda, she's so perfect. Basically, Miss Miranda has a balanced life, because if you do this as a lifestyle, if you take this serious, and if you try to practice all of these habits as a lifestyle, it can actually make you pretty effective, like the book effective. But yeah, Miss Miranda, she has it everything figured out. She spends time with her family, with her friends. She spends time for herself. This person, let me tell you her schedule, because Sean Covey mentioned a schedule similar to hers. But this person wakes up early and decides to give time to herself. Maybe she does a skincare routine because she wants time for herself. She wants time to relax and not deal with anyone right now. She wants time for herself. So there's that. She woke up early. She maybe went to the gym or something. And then when she came back, she decided to take out her headphones and pay attention to her family, actually interact with her family. Then she went to school, paid attention, stayed in office hours because she doesn't want to do unnecessary homework. She finished her homework that day, or she started a big chunk of her homework that day, and like the questions, she's gonna save them for the future, right? She comes back, maybe takes a beautiful warm shower, whatever. Um, Calls her friend, like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Then hangs up because she knows it's time to go and actually time to focus on her projects. So right now she's focusing on her projects, having her life figured out. And it sounds, honestly, perfection kind of sounds boring if you think about it. I was just thinking about it, like, it's such a perfect life, but she has time to watch Netflix afterwards and, hey, like, chill. But she already finished that. She doesn't have to give her all in one day. She can do it every single day. Give a little tiny contribution to her future. Contribute to her future, contribute to her friends, contribute to her family. So this is what Stephen Covey encourages us to do. He says that we can achieve Mrs. Miranda. We can become Mrs. Miranda, which, I don't know, take it or leave it, but it sounds like a good deal. hey, maybe you can have your life figured out. Maybe you can be able to manage time with your friends, time with your family, time with yourself, time with your school. I know it sounds hard, but, and it is hard, but if you can do it, imagine how much freedom you will have. Freedom, not a lot of stress, just regular amount of stress, and you will actually have time for the things that matter, the things that matter to you, and the things that match your mission statement, which is the purpose of the book, to match your mission statement, to match your habit number 2. And how do you do this? I'll talk to you in the next episode. But before you go, first of all, before you go, if it was a long day, remember to hug yourself. I'm hugging myself in a really weird position, but hug yourself. Take time. If no one's watching, do it. No one's watching. Come on, join me. But hug yourself so tight and know that you are the only one that's going to be there for you 24/7. The only one. Hug your crazy chaos. And I'll see you next week. I'll see you next week where I'll spill the secrets, according to Stephen Covey, how to organize your time management, how to become Mr. Effective, Mrs. Effective. Okay, I'll see you. Bye bye.